What is going on there, everyone? Well, this is an interesting article. Vulnerable Democrats say they're being abandoned over impeachment. Nancy Pelosi, you should take this as a direct warning for you and your Democrat elites out there on the Hill. Vulnerable Democrats are telling party leaders that they are concerned that the House Intelligence Committee didn't make its case for impeachment to the American people, and that Republicans will have the upper hand on messaging as legislators head home for Thanksgiving. I'd say that's an understatement. Politico reports that moderates and red state Democrats in particular are worried, especially with the news that the GOP has purchased more than $8 million in ads to air during the Thanksgiving holiday, targeting potential voters who weren't convinced by Representative Adam Schiff's open and shut case for impeachment, which aired over the past 2 weeks. Yeah, because what did we get from those hearings? Nothing. The president said maybe something that was inappropriate, but other than that, everyone that was testifying said there was no crime. There was no impeachable crime. So I don't know how the Democrats could even in any way form the thought that their impeachment inquiry did well. But the GOP plans to air the ads in vulnerable districts with lots of independents and moderate Democrats, the same voters who abandoned the Democratic Party to vote for now President Donald Trump back in 2012. I have to say, someone screwed up the date there, because I don't think anyone voted for Trump in 2012. We'll say 2016. Those voters are approachable on the issue, according to several polls taken last week. Independents have been abandoning the impeachment inquiry in droves, and the media has followed suit. The hearings that took place late last week were relegated to C-SPAN and 24-hour cable news networks, as basic cable abandoned them for more popular regular programming. Support for impeachment fell below 50% for the first time on Friday, as independents indicate they were unconvinced by Representative Schiff's dog and pony show. Yeah, it really was just pathetic. It was so many hours long. That one day, I forgot it. That's pretty bad. I watched all this, spent 12 hours one day, and still couldn't tell you who those two people were that were being investigated or interviewed were. It was good old brain rot television. Abandonment seems to be a theme. Politico reports that swing district Democrats are receiving little reinforcement from their own party or even other liberal coalitions. Democratic and pro-impeachment groups have spent about $2.7 million in TV ads, but most of that has gone to targeting vulnerable Republicans, not bolstering the vulnerable Democrats. Many of us have been expressing our concerns to leadership, said a Democratic lawmaker who refused to be named, told Politico. You don't want to have to play catch-up. Everyone knows you don't just take a shot and sit there, the lawmaker said. It's like someone taped our arms down to our side and punched us in the face. I think that's pretty harsh. Democrats say they've been bringing up the issue to Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, but that Speaker has been less than helpful. That's because she truly has Trump derangement syndrome. This woman's out of her mind. Sorry, Nancy Pelosi's kind of lost the plot. Left-leaning organizations have promised more spending, but are focusing their efforts, it seems, on legislative priorities like health care, rather than on helping make the case that Democrats are doing the right thing by pursuing impeachment, rather than, say, budget priorities, or any priorities. And I'm so sick of the left-wing argument that, but they've tried to put so much through the House and the Senate just won't vote on it. It's because they're writing these things in such language that they will never have even a moderate conservative want to pass the bill. I mean, come on. We got two parties. Things work out when you work together and compromise, people. Set aside the fact that you hate the president. Fine, whatever, you're allowed to. But you still need to do your job in a way that's actually productive in getting things done. And not just blaming one side or the other. And that goes for Republicans too. That goes for anybody in the government. In all of this, Pelosi has been conspicuously absent The speaker faded into the background as impeachment inquiries wore on, leaving little to assure Democrats that their party leadership was backing the impeachment effort. Part of the problem, and this is a big part of the problem, may be that Democrats simply don't have the same amount of money to spend as the Republicans. Anyone competing for the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination is spending money on himself or herself, not the party as a whole. And there's no requirement that they save vulnerable members of Congress before FEC rules about co-spending kick in after they officially snag the nod. And while the president and the GOP are raking in the cash, the Democratic Party is still in the red from the presidential campaign 4 years ago. Thanksgiving won't be the end of troubles for the Democrats either. The GOP has already announced a $10 million ad spending to air during the holidays. Financially, the Republicans are crushing it compared to the Democrats. Let's go over here to opensecrets.org. And this is just one of many places you can go. You can go all over the internet. It'll be stated in different ways, but the message is all exactly the same. Democratic Party falls further behind GOP in October fundraising. Let's get to the numbers because the numbers are staggering. And this is horrible for the Democrats. Horrible. Because first off, they have so many candidates that are taking from each other. They're all pulling out of the same coffers. We'll get into it. The Democratic National Committee raised $9 million in October, but burned almost as much cash to get there. The committee entered October with $8.6 million in the bank and exited the month with just $8.7 million on hand and $7 million in debt. That is not good. I mean, it's good for me, but it's bad for them Democrats. In comparison, the Republican National Committee demonstrated unmatched fundraising power. It netted $25.3 million in October and spent $23 million, leaving $61.4 million in the bank by the end of the month. This wasn't the worst month for the DNC, as it reported losses in the previous months. However, the committee is falling further behind its Republican counterparts with every passing month. Look at this graph, people. Look at this graph. Now, I mean, bam. That's the differences are astronomical. I mean, for real, look at this. Since January, it doesn't seem like the Democrats have done much of anything. They had a small bump in March. But other than that, it's been just a flat line. The Democrats are flatlined. And the Republicans are getting even more and more donations in, especially since this impeachment inquiry started. Everything the Democrats are throwing at the president is backfiring on them. Are they going to learn from their mistakes? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it, because they've been making these same exact mistakes since 2016. Look at this, people. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. The Democrats are hemorrhaging everything. They're hemorrhaging independence. A new report just came out today that shows Trump's influence over black voters has gone up to 34%, which is huge for him. Democrats, you got to change the way you're doing things if you expect to survive as a party. I know you've let the progressives come in and really shake it up, but it wasn't a shake up for the good. See, we Republicans, we got Trump in to shake things up, and it was a net positive, I would say. Sure, we have to deal with a little bit of bombastic rhetoric. I don't care about that. Not at all. He's doing great things for our economy. He wants to work on infrastructure, which is being held up by Nancy Pelosi. He wants to move forward on things with healthcare, which he's done some things. I mean, he's done prison reforms, or criminal justice reforms. Come on. He's rocking and rolling, and he's even on the taxes. He's doing things that benefit Americans as a whole, and it's working out for people. People are seeing this, even if they don't like him. Do you really think that they're going to pick someone that promises all this crazy spending, which the government doesn't really have money. That's our money they're going to be spending. Do you really think that people want to sit there and give all of their money away to these group of people who says, okay, for these people that don't want to work or this, that, and the other, these illegal, not illegal immigrants, because that's kind of an oxymoron, illegal aliens, we're going to give them free health care and all this, whatnot. They can't even manage their own campaign finances. We're going to let them have the books to all of our tax money? Get out of here, man. Trump is showing that what he's doing is working. It's working. Democrats, what are y'all doing that's working? Besides making people doubt you, leave your party, and the people that are in your party are feeling disillusioned by you. Come on. I'd love to hear your comments on this, because I'm sure things are going to change 1,000 times from, we got 11 months till the election. Things are going to change all over the place. But this is something that we've seen consistently for years now, is Trump is, especially when it comes to finances, the Republican Party, the RNC, is outraising in an astronomical level compared to the Democrats, who have flatlined. But I'd love to hear your comments, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. I will catch you all on the flip side.